Hey, I'm back. So here's the deal. Before I discuss anything about my upcoming YouTube movie review, like I had promised over a few months ago, I think it would be best I should just give you all a summary overview of what I've been through throughout those last few months now, since I want to keep things brief and I don't want to carry on forever about all these tease experiences I've been through. Some were positive and some were negative, but I just want to cut to the chase and just don't want to waste any more time and make this feel longer than it would. So, to keep things brief, I would just first start off with about what I did since last December. Oh, and by the way, I have a list with me if I forget anything to mention because a lot has happened, like I said before. But so according to what I could recall, back in December during Christmas, I got myself my very own special Christmas gift that I always wanted. I didn't know it was for if I was to get this during Christmas or during my golden birthday, but apparently I finally got this book I've been asking for from my grandma for a long time now. And luckily, I got this new book, which, by the way, remember what I told you about in my previous vlogs about this great animator known as Richard Williams, who was the creator of Who Framed Roger Rabbit and also did The Thief and Copper. Well, since I've been begging for her to give me like the Animator Survival Kit book, guess who finally had it? That's right. I got my very own expanded edition of this book I've been asking for a very long time now. So I'm pretty much lucky. I get to learn a lot about animation. But anyways, besides that, I went to one of my aunt's homes, during our first Christmas family parties or whatever. And then, let's see, and then the next day, it would be my golden birthday, which was December 26th. I just turned 26. And unfortunately, on that day, the weather was bad, so I have done nothing during that day, which was kind of annoying and disappointing. But fortunately, I have my belated golden birthday party that I ended up hosting on, let's see, I did this in January. I'm sorry, I'm just looking for the date. Okay, I did on January 18th when I hosted my belated golden birthday party at the day. And then also later in January on the 9th, I ended up having to retake like 15 more video shots for my upcoming movie reviews since some of them went missing. And there were a few other videos I had to retake because I keep screwing up during my outtakes. And then on the 10th, I did one more other video, which would be a video that I will use during the after credits in my movie review. And then also from the 11th till the 16th, so within 5 days, I was trying to. So here's the thing: it kind of leads to answering the question about my about the movie review, right? So when I was using my previous laptop, I was trying. Okay, here's the deal: my movie review is already completed. But the problem is, I tried to download it during the rendering, but on the 11th of January of this year, when I was rendering it, it was stuck, and it was stuck at 60%, and it's been like that for another 5 days or so. And because I had this issue, I had to go to my local Best Buy store to talk to one of the Geek Squads there and tell them about this situation, and he finally gave me an answer where, in short, he told me that the laptop I was using was not the appropriate system I should use for a Sony Ficus Pro 16, so that's why I was recommended to buy myself a new laptop with some of the new systems that will be built in it. And fortunately, I got myself a new laptop since last Sunday. And that laptop, of course, is something I actually ordered online from Best Buy just because I can't, go outside due to the whole coronavirus ordeal that's going on. But, sorry, it's upside down. So anyways, here's my new laptop. And this would be a Acer instead of HP for once. And this computer has some systems I need. So I was recommended to have both the GeForce GTX and the Intel Core i5 ninth generation. So now I got this little beauty with me, and now this time I got much better system. I got more space in my gigabytes, I believe now. So now I got plenty of space to do more editing now that's more advanced. Now that I got that out of the way. Oh, I forgot to mention, I also need to. So just recently, since yesterday, my grandma just had to reorder our Sony Ficus Pro 60 again on eBay, and now we have to wait for like at least maybe 5 days or less. So just before we get through our mail or whatever, or on Grant's phone or whatever. But you know how this stuff works with eBay. Since we're not ordering it like through a mail or anything, we have to get like a digital code in order for us to download it digitally for free. But while that's waiting, and that kind of answers question about. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say it right now since I brought it up anyways. I was gonna say this for later, but I'll just say that right now that I pretty much answered everyone's question about why my fail took forever. It was already completed, but in short terms, we could just say that once I get my Sony Ficus Pro set up, we may have to wait till like either by Monday or sooner during this weekend in order for me to actually download the stupid review I've been working on months ago, because I'm just want to move on and start a new project, because I'm just like, you know what I mean? I've been waiting so patiently while I'm distracted with college or other things. I had to wait for the right moment to get myself a new laptop. And it took me a while because my grandma has to get like about $2,000 in order to pay for this laptop, which is like over $800, I believe. But anyways, besides that, my point here is I don't know when I'll get my movie review uploaded. I'm guarantee you that it's already been completed since January. And if things went more smoothly, I would have got my video uploaded months ago. But because of the issues with the rendering, now I knew why my old laptop was fucking up so much. It's because it wasn't the right equipment I needed for the project I was working on. But now I got a new laptop that's got a bunch of space now, since it's a gaming laptop, which is supposed to be a lot more advanced than a regular HP laptop at least. So yeah, try to expect me to upload this movie review at some point next week. I'm not sure what day, but I'm making no promises. And also, getting back to what I was saying before, let's see. Then on the 26th of January, I went to a sushi hibachi restaurant called Umi, which is a new Japanese restaurant that just opened up in, I forgot what location, but it's somewhere in Minnesota. And then my high school friend Dax came over to my house here and slept over for a while. Then in February, I get to watch both the Super Bowl, and for the first time I get to watch the 92nd Academy Awards on ABC. And then I had my cousin's 21st birthday at La Casita in Columbia Heights, which was on the 5th. And then also last month in March, this is another reason why I've been so delayed, because I was dealing with a family issue. So before this whole coronavirus pandemic took place, for the last few months since January, my aunt's husband, or my uncle by marriage, has been suffering from both a liver and kidney failures due to his excessive drinking, and because of the fact that he's been in the hospital he's been to 3 hospitals so far when he's being transported a few times already, and the fact that he's been on his dialysis and his life supports, he was like, here's the thing, if you know anything about liver failures or kidney failures, his skin was like all yellow, he looked almost skeletal like, I'm sorry, I meant he looks kind of bony and looking more like a skeleton somewhat, but Either way, I was hoping, praying that he would recover, but unfortunately, as of as of the 5th of last month, he sadly passed away because of it. And so, also, the weird thing is, it was also on the same day when Trump made the save emergency announcement that our country was infected with this coronavirus, from what I heard on the news on that day. So that day was full of bad news, apparently. But either way, he couldn't make it any longer, so the doctor had to unplug him from his life support. And so we were supposed to have like a memorial service for him around like at some point before after the day of his 50th birthday, which of course had never happened because he passed away like about 10 days before his 50th birthday. So either way, but because of this pandemic that's going on, just like with everything else in the world right now, the memorial service was canceled because of this situation that we're in right now. So we can't even have our own memorial service for my uncle for a while. So we have to just wait until everything is smoothed out. So not only affecting our family, but it's also affecting a couple of my cousins who are supposed to graduate from high school this year. So there's been a lot of interference going on this month. Sorry, for the last couple months now, and it's getting absolutely ridiculous, by the way. Also, and because of the pandemic, I also ended up skipping St. Patrick's Day, but at least I got to have some corned beef and cabbage and all that stuff, at least. And then, oh, no, wait, I'm sorry, my bad. I got all mixed up here. March 5th was the day I get to visit Jim at one of the hospitals at the U of M. And then later went to the Outback for my first time to have dinner there at one point afterwards. So yeah, I meant the fact that I went to visit him the last time on the 5th, but then he passed away on the 12th, because March 12th was the day that Trump made the announcement of the state of emergency in our country, which was the same day when he passed away. I think he passed away around 3 p.m. at that time. So yeah, I meant the 12th. Sorry, my mistake. I'm just reading what's off of this paper. I didn't see that detail there. Like, you know what I mean? When you're trapped in this house, you lose track of your own schedule. Because, I mean, what the hell are we supposed to do? I mean, everyone has to stay at our homes because of what's going on right now. So we're not, like, able to do anything at this point. Oh, and finally, as of last Sunday, I finally took a shower and I shaved. Just because I haven't done that in the last few weeks, ever since I got stuck in this house. And the fact that I can't even go to college physically because of the situation. But at least I'm getting back on track lately with my sleep habits. Although it's like really late in the morning. And I should have probably recorded this much sooner. But hey, what the hell, I got nothing better to do. So might as well just go with the flow, since nothing is perfect when you are cooped up in your house and you have and you have no choice but to actually remain safe in your home without getting sick. So yeah, that was my whole list, and I'm also glad that you got to at least realize that I worked so hard on what I wanted to do that I was very passionate about. So, you know, just be glad that maybe if you look at the bright side, maybe the whole coronavirus ordeal might be a good sign that we should all just take a break. Because now that everyone is in their homes now, being safe, I feel like now I can have the best advantage to get this movie review uploaded for next week, so that most of you will hopefully get to watch it without having nothing better to do. Because I don't know if anyone has the time to be able to watch the video that I'll be uploading. Because, as you should know, as I might have mentioned in my previous vlog from last November, I kind of mentioned that this movie review I made might become the world's longest movie review on YouTube, simply because I did not have a good sense of timing on my video when it comes to editing, so I'm not used to this kind of stuff. So, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but specifically, my movie review ended up being over 5 hours long. I wish I was joking, but no, I'm not. I'm actually serious. It is over 5 hours long. And if you are wondering, So how come I can't just like go back and just cut some parts out? Well, I would have loved to, but because I'm not good with having some common sense with the editing to take parts that's not necessary, there might be a point where what if I cut something out of the film, sorry, out of my movie review that might not be like let's just say I end up cutting out something and it's gonna look really weird because I threw a lot of jokes in there and I made a lot of strong solid points in this movie review, and I'm afraid that if I took something out, it might feel out of place, or there might be something missing in the movie review, and it will just feel kind of awkward if I don't bring up something in the scene in the film. So I'm not even gonna bother cutting anything out of the film because my God, do I have to go through all that torture again like I've been through about a year ago? Because it's just not freaking worth it. I'm just gonna leave it the way it is. I'm gonna find out whether or not anyone will be willing to watch it for 5 hours. I mean, I know there are some YouTube videos that could go for more than 10 hours, but that's usually videos are either just live streams or just videos of like yoga musics or stuff like that that people will listen to on their own free time. But as a movie review, I don't know if anyone could be able to watch something that long. I mean, hell, it's much longer than the Emoji Movie itself, which I was reviewing for a while. So, but the good news is, this is only going to be a very rare exception because I guarantee you this will never happen again in your lifetime after this is over. In fact, once I contact someone like, say, like Animat on YouTube, I'm gonna probably gonna ask him for some advices. I don't care if it's gonna be through his email or if it's through social media or whatever. As long as I contact this dude, I really want to find out what his solution is and what I can learn from him in order to keep my fails short and to the point without extending my time limit way too long like I did with my first one, because since it's a pilot, I'm just not used to doing movie reviews and I'm only practicing. So once I get some professional tips and advices from this guy, maybe I'll keep my fails much shorter and I'll be a lot better at it next time. I'm hoping I can keep my fails at least around 30 minutes or less. But if it has to be long, I hope it could just remain under an hour and that'll be good enough. So either way, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And so yeah, either way, at least I got a plan now. And also another thing I wanted to mention, without having to forget something, is that I also mentioned something in one of my other previous vlogs about how I have an opinion about Fizzy Pop's little controversy about her Has-Been Hotel pilot, because it's got a bit of a shitty bad review from PK Russell. Now, I said I would bring this up at one of my next vlogs, but I decided I would rather just do a little, what would you say, a internet pilot review of the Fizzy Pop's pilot itself, and then I'll bring up my thoughts on the controversy maybe later down this year around its first anniversary or something. You know what I mean? Because I want to have my own opinion. I need to form it up, and I'm going to wait for a little bit till, like, see, for one reason, the controversy is kind of old now. And I guess I was way behind and getting involved in the whole bandwagon of all sorts of criticisms on that pilot because it took place in last October, and I was really late for that. So I think I'm just going to wait till it's the appropriate time, like its anniversary, for me to bring up my own opinions on the subject matter. And also, another thing I want to mention is that since next month will be May, and the fact that last year was the 20th anniversary of the show SpongeBob SquarePants, which I used to enjoy when I was a kid when I first grew up with it, there might be a chance where I'll see, from my understanding, that even though I did a tribute drawing for Steven Hellenberg from back in, I think it was December 2018, which was only like maybe a few months like about over a month since he passed away from that year. And the fact that I was not able to go see like Tom Kinney, who was the voice of SpongeBob, just because I found out that he was going to the Mall of America back in last May, and because it was the 20th anniversary, and the fact that the Mall of America has like Nickelodeon Universe, which is like a indoor theme park that's based on the Nickelodeon Studios or whatever. Um, and the fact that I was in the state of Nebraska, in the state of Omaha, because I have relatives who live down there, and I was having my little family vacation down there visiting my relatives. And at the time, I was not there to go, just to go and see Tom Kenny because there was a meet and greet there. And I believe he went there with the voice actress who did Sandy. I kind of forgot her name. But I wanted to go there so badly because I never knew they were going to go visit my state. If I knew about this, I would have convinced my family to go to the Mall of America because I used to go there once a year, once in a while. And if I knew about this, I should have bought the tickets because they seem not that expensive. I would have definitely gone. But because it happened at the wrong time, I was not able to actually get there because it's only a 1 day offer. And I couldn't be able to be there on the time because I was in another state at the time. And it really sucked because I want to share all my thoughts and stories with this guy and just chat with them like anyone, like a friend. Because he inspired me, inspired my childhood. Not just the SpongeBob, but all the different characters he voiced throughout the years since the 90s. But because of the fact I couldn't do anything special on this 20th anniversary, I just thought, hey, might as well just do a little 21st anniversary tribute on SpongeBob by maybe I might either do like a I don't know, like a history, like a personal history about my thoughts of watching SpongeBob in the next month. I might do a video of that, or I'll probably just make the month of May being SpongeBob month or something. So it'll be like like a month theme for myself, and I will probably do a video of the history of the show, and then I'll probably do like a top 10 of or a top 20 of the best and worst episodes of SpongeBob and that kind of stuff. I don't know. I might do something like what Jim Refuse would do. So either way, I will try to create like my own little reviews as a tribute to SpongeBob, and maybe I'll share my like personal final thoughts about how the show truly inspired me and how I feel about it today as an adult compared to when I was a kid when it first came out. So there's that. And oh yeah, and one other thing I do want to, sorry, two things I want to mention real quick before I close this video, because I want to make this long and tedious to upload this video, and I need to head to bed pretty soon. One, just want you to know that I will be back on DeviantArt eventually, and I will probably post some of my 3D art projects, which I still have them here at home. There's still one project I haven't even worked on in weeks because of the whole pandemic going on that's closing all the schools lately. I will try to get them completed before I upload them at some point this month. And as for college, I will, from my understanding, my professor said over my school email that I will probably just take pictures of my projects and we'll just do our lessons online instead. So we're going to see how that will work. And finally, just one other thing I want to... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Before I move on to the next subject, I forgot to mention that in DeviantArt, I will probably go back and return to do more drawings. I mean, heck, I might probably do a tribute drawing of Richard Williams on the day that he passed away, because what happened in last August was absolutely devastating. Because I dealt with enough deaths than it is already with, with Chester Bennington and Linkin Park back in 2017. I already dealt with the death of Stephen Hillenburg and the death of my great-grandma like over a year ago, and the death of Richard Williams last summer, and now I have to deal with another death in the family as of last month, and I have dealt with so many deaths of a lot of childhood heroes I put up with, and even a couple of family members that were close. One of them was close to me, the other one wasn't. But either way, it's a lot of death I can take, and it puts a toll on me. But in this time of crisis, I need to remain and think positive, and try not to like go insane due to home isolation and all that stuff. Since I'm still going to keep up to date on the news with what's going on in the world, and just hope and pray to God that this whole virus can just go away eventually before summer arrives, because I don't want any graduations to be canceled out, and I want to also enjoy my summer and hopefully go see the new Pixar Soul film, because I hear it's supposed to be emotional. So I hope everything just goes according to plan for this year, and I hope that everyone would just be safe despite the death tolls going on lately. But either way, I just want you to understand that I have a plan for DeviantArt, not just do like a tribute drawing for Richard Williams, but also I might do some commission drawings on ammo transformations, and I have planned about that. But I think for now I need to learn to start practicing on my art styles and see how good I am at it before I feel comfortable doing anything. But don't worry, I'll have rules and standards I will set up on my journal on DeviantArt once the time is right. And finally, the last thing I want to mention real quickly is that as of last summer, I went to something called the world's largest candy. No, I don't know if it's called the world's largest. I think it's called the largest candy store, which is like somewhere located in Minnesota. I don't know what part of the city though, but I once went there with my grandma and one of my aunts there. And we went there to visit for the first time. And when I went around and saw some cool candy treats and soda drinks and even Japanese candies there, I finally managed to got myself my very own giant gummy product. So I found out they have one of the largest gummy snakes there. So I bought for, I don't know, maybe like less than $20. I don't know. I don't remember the price though. But I have it with me to this day, and I don't know if it's expired or not. I got it since maybe last August, and there's no expiration date. And I haven't even opened it yet, so maybe I'll see if it'll still be fresh. And once I open it up, because since I have nothing better to do with my life right now, because this whole coronavirus keeping us trapped in our own homes lately, and to do something positive and make something fun for myself, I might as well either probably just take some pictures and post something about me eating this giant gummy snake for Facebook, or maybe I might do some kind of challenge with this giant gummy snake and put it to good use, and probably just post this video onto YouTube eventually. I could probably either do this maybe tomorrow, either before or after I get my movie review uploaded. So just try to keep update with me, because I guarantee you that I will try to get this movie review uploaded for next week. Oh, and also another thing, I do have a few video clips I forgot to add into my movie review. Even though despite it's way too long anyways, I'm still going to do it just because I forgot that since it was such a long movie review, there were a few details I forgot to include. And a few of these videos will only take like about a minute to watch. So it won't be that much to, I mean, I don't know, it won't make any difference, I guess, despite it's incredibly long. And please don't judge me because I worked too hard on it. I'm just not good with timing. I mean, I'm new to this. I know I will get more professional help how to keep things brief with my videos from now on. And believe me, it will never happen. I guarantee you that. So anyways, without further ado, that's all I got to say right now. And my final words is, I honestly hope to God that all of you stay safe, stay in your house, and please remember, when you go outside, you either have to wear a face mask or wear some gloves, and as you go outside, no, I don't care if you have to touch the mailbox or touch anything when you go outside, always have protection with you regardless, whether you're infected or not. Always be precautious when you wear something. And also, I recently found out during some research that my grandma heard on the news from some kind of a doctor from Korea who just mentioned recently that the virus doesn't just go through your nose or mouth or wherever. It can also go into your eyes as well. And you can also catch it just when you are breathing, or you can catch it when people with this virus can talk to you. So, and also they say the rule is you have to have a 6 feet distance from others, but then there's other sources that will say that you need to have more than just 6 feet to be away from others. So either way, you see, the reason why you should be far away than more than 6 feet is because when a person sneezes and coughs, their germs spread farther than 6 feet. So I think you just have to use your common sense and try to stay as farther away than more than 6 or 10 feet away from a person. But more importantly, you need to wash your hands for like maybe at least or more than 20 seconds when you wash your hands. and use plenty of soap. You do it before and after you touch something or eat something. So yeah, there you have it. That's all I can recommend. So I just want to say God bless. Please stay strong because we can make it through this. We're all going to be fine as long as everything is all according to plan. I think this is God's. I think God has a plan for everything because now I hear the animals are coming out of their from their environments, and now I mean due to the fact that there's less humans in the world, they're not coming out of their homes. Now nature is coming out. And I hear that there's going to be less pollution because there's less human activity now. So I think this could be a sign that it's time to wake up, like spiritually and consciously now, that we realize that because of our activities, maybe it's time for us to realize that we need to stop polluting so much. And if we realize the less activity there is in the world caused by humans or us, it just goes to show you that maybe we need to make some changes now. And once everything goes back to normal, then we need to hope that all this could become a wake-up call for those who realize the positive outcomes that's come out of this despite the negative ones that we hear on the news and whatnot. So anyways, I'm just gonna move on with my life, enjoy myself, and spend time with my grandma, and we're all gonna be just fine as long as we remain positive, we stay smart, we stay positive, and we keep ourselves clean. And that's all I can say in this matter. So, God bless, and thank you for supporting me after being around for this long. I absolutely appreciate it. Thank you.